to my YouTube channel. This is MJ Card, and we're going to be doing Solidworks tutorial for beginners. Welcome to Solidworks. So we're going to be talking about the interface of the Solidworks. Okay, so this is here. We have over here at the left hand side here, we have the feature manager. Then we have the icons ribbon bar. Then we have the pull down menu here. Then we also have this area here is called the viewpoint. Then we have the task pane at this other side here. Then let's talk about the mouse buttons. We have the left button, the right button, and also the middle button, or the scroll wheel. Yeah, the left button is just used for selecting on the Solidworks interface. Then we have the right button for pop-up menu and all other things. And we also have the center button, which is used for rotation, for if you want to rotate, when you want to rotate your model, and it's also used for panning to move. And for panning, it is used for panning when you hold the control key down. Then also the scroll wheel is used to zoom your activities on the Solidworks interface. And we also have the sketch tools here. We have the sketch. Under the sketch we have 2D sketch and 3D sketch. We have 2D and 3D sketch. We also have the smart dimension, which is used for dimensioning your models while modeling. Then we have the line tool. Under the line tool we have the normal straight line, we have center line, we have center point line. That's the midpoint line. The midpoint line is the line starts from the midpoint. When you extend it extends on both sides. Then we also have the square, and under the square we have the rectangle. Rather, we have corner rectangle, center rectangle, 3-point corner rectangle, 3-point center rectangle, and the parallelogram. And under that we also have the slots. We have the straight slot, center point straight slot, 3-point arc slot, then center point arc slot. Then we have the next is the cycle. We have the normal cycle, and we also have the perimeter cycle. And we have different types of arcs, 3 mainly: the center point arc, tangent arc, and 3-point arc. Then we have our polygons. Then after that we also have the spline. We have the style spline, the spline on surface, the equation driven spline. All these tools are very, very important sketch tools. Then we have ellipse. We have partial ellipse, parabola, conic. And we also have the fillet. We have the fillet, we have the letter, then text, and we have point tool. Then the next we also have the trim tool. We have the trim tool, and under the trim tool we have other enemy. Start a sketch here. And so under the trim tool we have extended entities. Then we have convert entities, silhouette entities, intersection color. We have offset entities. We have mirror entities, dynamic mirror entities, linear sketch pattern. Under that we have circular sketch pattern, also used to array your models and your sketch. Then the other ones we will talk about much later. So now when you want to start your sketch, starting your sketch now, we have this interface here. It's like there is nothing here. So how do you start a sketch? Okay, if I just come and say I want to click a line, and it brings out different planes. We have right plane, front plane, and the top plane. So now you cannot start a sketch just on the viewpoint. We have to start a sketch on a plane. That's why when I clicked on the line tool, it brought me to this place that's showing me I should select a plane plane to start with. So the plane you select to start your sketch depends on what you want to model, depends on how you want the orientation of the model to look like. Then we'll have, from here, then we have different type of, I want to, okay, let's come from here, let's start a sketch here, for example. Then we click out. Now at this point, when this is like this, then you are normal to the plane. You're normal to the plane when you see this and this. But when it is something like this, then you're not normal to the plane. You're not normal to the plane, and which is very dangerous because you can have a wrong or an error in your sketch. So you have to be normal to the plane. Then we have also what they call relations. Let's come to in relations is what you use to control your sketch. For example, when you have, say, this line and you want to relate this line here with this line, when we click on this, you see existing relations, because every line, every curve that you draw is related, has a relation to another. So when I select these two lines, I can add a relation to these two lines. For example, I can make it perpendicular, I can make it collinear. Those are relations. That's how you control the relations on your plane. You can make it equal. You have different relations. So that is what you use to control your geometry manually or automatically. They are automatic relations. Let's say I sketch this line like this, and we can see a yellow line here. When I click that, automatically this line has its relation as a straight line, horizontal. When I click on this, it has automatically highlighted the relation here, vertical. But if I just draw a line randomly, there are no relations. Here. So the relations in your sketch is very, very important, as it allows you to control your geometry. So when sketching, you must be conscious of what you are doing and the exact actual thing you are sketching, so that you save yourself so much time. For example, I want to sketch a square with the line tool. I can do this. Now I'm being conscious of the square I want to sketch. Now I have a square. This is a good sketch. But if I do this, just come take a line tool, just do this. I'm not being conscious of what I want to do. I draw, say, I cancel it, I come again, try to connect with this. Now, after doing this, I have to trim out this excess lines here. Trimming this out now, instead of wasting my time trying to trim out the extra lines, I would have just related my lines properly, and that will save me a lot of time. And some other cases, we have people even doing worse. They just draw the lines, and they end up spending so much time in one geometry. Now in the Solidworks, we have 3 Solidworks files, which include the parts assembly and drawing. When you want to start up your Solidworks, this always comes up. The part is for modeling single parts, just like you model just a box or a shape. Then the assembly is used to assemble two different parts, a gear and a shaft. It is used to assemble those things. Then the drawing used to make technical drawings of your models, be it assembly or drawing, or rather or parts. So the drawing is used to make technical reports of your model. So let's talk about relations, how you can control geometry with your relations. I think I've talked about that a bit, but let's look at something here. Let's just sketch this. Let's try a circle here. A circle here. Now I just have these circles like this. Now I want to control this geometry with relations and dimensions. Now I can come here, I dimension this. Let's make this 60. Dimension this part, make it 90. Now I've dimensioned two parts. Then I come here, make this one 20. Now we have the square the rectangle that I drew. Everything is highlighted black, means that square is fully defined. But if you look at the circle, it's still on the color of the sketch is still blue, means it's still underdefined. And if you come here, you see the sketch is underdefined. So we have to define it. We want to control our model now, our sketch now. So I come here. Let's say I want to make these two lines on a straight line, these two circles on a straight line. Click on the center, come here and make horizontal. It's still underdefined. I dimension this, the distance between the center point to the top. I make that 20. See this one, the other circle followed this one because I related these two together, so they will be horizontal. But it is still underdefined. What do? I look at, okay, which part of the circle which part of this sketch is still free to move. Because if I come here, I can move. How can I move this? This circle is still underdefined. So what do I do now? I come here. If I want these two circles to be equal, now I just want to control this sketch with relations. Now I've dimensioned some parts, so let me control this with relation. Select these two lines and make them equal. I've made the lines equal, but it's still underdefined. So I come here, I dimension this, the distance between this and this. Let's make that 16. Now that's 16. The sketch is still underdefined. So what do I do now? Check. What is wrong with the sketch? Okay, this. I dimension this 13. Let's make this 10 or 15. Now the sketch is fully defined. If you come here, you see it's fully defined. We have relations here. This is vertical. We have vertical and the distance. This is the relation here. It is vertical and distance. between this and this. That is the relation there. This, it is equal radius. Remember we made these two circles equal, so equal radius, distance and diameter. So distance is between this and this, another distance between this and this, then diameter is the diameter of the circle, this 20. So we've seen how we can control our geometry using relations and sketch dimensions, and that would conclude our tutorial for today. In our next video we'll be talking about modeling